Hey guys, Mike here. So today, I'm here to talk to you about 1991's The Silence of the Lambs, starring Jodie Foster as Clarice Starling. In The Silence of the Lambs, a young FBI cadet must enlist the help of a manipulative cannibal serial killer to catch another serial killer who skins his victims. And so we have The Silence of the Lambs. So guys, today's review was requested by no one. This one I just wanted to watch because it's on the poster, so I'm going to watch and review it. So watching and reviewing it today, I had actually seen this film before, and I remembered absolutely loving this film. Brilliant performances, damn good story, all around very enjoyable film. So I was thinking, can it recapture the same magic a second time around? Well, for me, this is easily one of Jodie Foster's best performances she's ever given. And I imagine quite a lot of people agree because this film won her a second Oscar. One of the main things I really like about this character is the fact that she's not perfect. Though she's not incompetent, because there are so many scenes where she sees something that someone else doesn't see, or she asks the right question, or she has a different take on the situation, which makes her stand out from a lot of the other characters within the film. But at the same time, they show that she's not perfect, she's still learning, she still makes mistakes, and she has to overcome those mistakes in order to become a better person, and also a better FBI agent. And it's just really her interactions with Anthony Hopkins' character, Dr. Hannibal Lecter, who realistically steals the show in this film and is the main reason as to why The Silence of the Lambs is regarded in such high esteem. Anthony Hopkins within this film is nothing short of stupendous. From the very first scene to his very last scene, the guy does not put a foot wrong. And as well, I was thinking that, you know what, I've seen this film before. Is it going to really capture the same spine-tingling atmosphere or creepiness the second time you see this guy? And then as soon as the camera pans over towards him and you just see that blank, expressionless face just staring back at you, it just brings back all the same emotions. And even though for the most part he is behind glass or restrained, you still feel the danger element that this character brings. And it would have been one thing if this guy was just a raving lunatic who you know would eat you the second he got close to you. But it's the fact that he kind of hides himself behind this suave facade, because he puts on this presence of not just being an insane person. You can tell that this guy is intelligent and he is in charge of all his faculties, but looking into his eyes, you can just tell there's just something not right there. And the fact this guy was able to make such an iconic character with less than 17 minutes of screen time in a 2-hour movie is nothing short of amazing. But the most amazing thing is the fact that he not only won an Oscar for this performance, the fact that he won a leading actor Oscar for less than 17 minutes of a performance. And to be honest, I am kind of mixed on that. Not from the performance itself, because the performance is flawless, but the fact that he won a leading actor Oscar. Now, there is kind of two ways of looking at it. Obviously, the lead in this movie is Jodie Foster, and she won her Oscar, which was very well deserved. But the matter of fact is that he is the supporting character. He's the one who supports Jodie Foster's performance. But looking at it another way, out of all the other male characters within the film, probably bar one, he is definitely the most prominent of all of them. So in that regard, being the most prominent male character within the film, it is right that he won the leading actor Oscar. But honestly, if I'm being honest, I do think that he should have won a supporting actor Oscar. That's not to take anything away from Anthony Hopkins' performance. It's just, I feel that it goes more into the supporting as opposed to leading. But nevertheless, it is one of the great cinematic performances of all time, and it deserved nothing less than an Oscar. Now, originally when I finished this film, I did think that the performances were the best part of the movie, and that the story itself wasn't as good as the performances within it. But literally, as I was actually editing this review, I kind of stopped and actually thought about the story and how it actually is as amazing as the performances within it. The fact that when it comes down to it, Buffalo Bill isn't just killing people just for the sake of it. There's an actual meaning behind it, there's an actual purpose behind it as well. And it kind of comes down to identity, which is still a hot button topic, you know, nowadays. But it's the fact that Buffalo Bill believes that he's in the wrong body, and he makes strides in order to correct that. And it's the fact the way the movie explains it, integrates it within the story, and makes it an integral part of what this movie is definitely incredible. Having said that, I wouldn't say this movie is the ideal choice for a transgender person to kind of put themselves into. But not only is this a story about identity, this is also a story about redemption. The fact that Jodie Foster's character has kind of spent most of her life trying to undo one of the mistakes she made as a child. If she saves this girl, she'll also kind of save herself as well and undo the sin of her past. And in that regard as well, The Silence of the Lambs is an incredible story. So ultimately, The Silence of the Lambs manages to do so many different things at once and makes them fit within one singular narrative. Ultimately, I'd say that initially I did think that the story wasn't as good as the performances, but thinking about it, the story itself is still incredible as well. Because again, other than the performances, everything else in this film is still amazing as well. The cinematography's great, the direction's great, the score's still really good, the tense atmosphere that is presented throughout the whole duration of this movie is nothing short of incredible. The fact that in scenes, even without Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins, still stand out. Overall, guys, The Silence of the Lambs is still an incredible movie, even the second time around. For the most part, it still captures the same tense, creepy, and spine-tingling atmosphere that it does in your first viewing. Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins give the performances of their career. And everything around these performances is still very engaging and very entertaining. And as a whole, The Silence of the Lambs still goes down as an absolute classic of cinema 30 years later. But do I think you guys should watch this one? Absolutely. If you haven't seen The Silence of the Lambs, then I would highly recommend you check it out. It stars two actors at the absolute top of their game, wrapped around a really engaging and interesting story, which will have you on the edge of your seat from beginning to end. Okay guys, that's my review of The Silence of the Lambs. Do you love it? Do you hate it? What do you think I should watch next? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below. Until next time, I've been Michael. See ya!